Welcome to Sam's Travel Diaries. I just had my lunch after visiting La Sagrada Familia. The sight of the beautiful church Sagrada Familia has never faded from my eyes. Now I am going to see two luxury apartment complexes named Casa Bancho and Casa Mila. Today is my third day in Barcelona, and today is much better weather compared to the last 2 days. So I decided to walk without looking for taxis or other means of transport. It's 2 kilometers walk from La Sagrada Familia to Casa Bancho, and it's only 750 meters from Casa Bancho to Casa Mila. Both apartments situated in the same street. I am going to see Casa Bancho first. You must take tickets if you really want to enjoy the interior architect designs of both the apartments, and it's better to book the tickets online. I had booked the ticket to see Casa Mila. Now I am walking through the street called Passage de Saint Juan. This is a parish church named after Saint Francis de Sales. It was built between 1878 and 1885 by the architect Joan Motrel. Was born in Barcelona, and he was the teacher of the great God's architect Antoni Gaudi. The church has a Latin cross structure with a cupola and a heptagonal apse. A fire in 1980s left the temple in a deplorable state, but in 2001 it would be restored in all its splendor. By the end of the 19th century, many new buildings were emerging as a part of Barcelona's urban restructuring. And as more and more commercial areas were concentrated in the city, so more and more people began to migrate to city. Most of these buildings you are seeing were built in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This is Casa Bancho, standing on commercially significant street Passage de Gracia in Barcelona. Was originally built in 1877. The building was bought by the wealthy Bancho family, who considered the location of the building more important than the unconventional and perhaps impractical design of the house. The original design didn't display any special characteristics of Casa Bancho. Yet in 1904, Joseph Bancho asked Mr. Gaudi to redesign the building. He wanted to have a unique house that no other member of the Bancho family would be able to imitate. At first, Mr. Bancho wanted the whole house to be demolished and rebuilt. But Antoni Gaudi managed to convince him this was not necessary and explained that refurbishment would be adequate. Casa Bancho and Gaudi's work was completed in 1906. If you look at the other buildings on the Passage de Gracia street, along with Casa Bancho, you can see how rich this street was once. The Casa Bancho may look like something out of a fairy tale, but the building was in fact designed as a home and was inhabited by the members of the Bancho family until 1950. After being acquired by various companies and individuals, the building has been in the hands of its current owners, the Bernat family, since 1990. In 2005, it was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is Casa Mila, one of the early 20th century luxurious apartment complex completely designed by architect Antoni Gaudi, one of Barcelona's most popular landmarks. The Casa Mila is located on the city's prestigious Passeig de Gracia and just a short walk from the famous Plaza Catalonia. In the year 1900, Passeig de Gracia was the most important avenue in Barcelona. It was here the iconic buildings began to spring up, and the finest theaters and cinemas and the most exclusive shops, restaurants and cafes opened. This building is divided into three parts for visitors: the rooftop, the attic, and the apartment. I am at the rooftop now. The roof is one of the most impressive part of Casa Mila, where you can also enjoy views of the Catalan capital. You can see many of Barcelona's main attractions from the roof. The floor of the roof is uneven, with steps winding up the walls like forces of nature: earth, water, fire, and air. You become completely immersed in the atmosphere as you hear the elements whilst admiring the chimneys. There are 38 chimneys in total. The six large sculptures are the staircases which lead down to the attic. I am walking through the spiral shaped staircases going down to the attic. The attic is built using 272 catenary arches connected by a central spine. So you feel like you are inside a whale's stomach and the arches are the rib cage. Many people believe that the attic symbolizes the skeleton of a python due to its winding corridors. Each arch differs in height, which explains the uneven floor and steps on the rooftop. The attic was used to hold communal facilities such as the residents' laundry, clothes, lines, and machinery for the original lifts. However, it also served as an insulating chamber and played a part in the building's energy efficiency. Gaudi believed that buildings should have a double cover. The attic was to be the hat and the roof the umbrella. Now I am going to see the apartment, which is the main attraction of this building. This wonderful strange building was constructed between 1906 and 1912, a key time in the history of Barcelona, as the city opened up for modernization. Casa Mila was completely designed and constructed by Antoni Gaudi, and it was his last buildings before he completely dedicated himself to the Sagrada Familia. This building was commissioned as a residence by Pedro Milan, a wealthy businessman who had been enchanted by one of Gaudi's previous buildings, the Casa Bantlo. Walk through to a replica of child's bedroom. There are original objects and furniture in the room, such as bed, children's clothes, a dollhouse and toys. The original tiles have been kept on the floor as Gaudi's preferred to save the luxurious parquet flooring for the more frequent used rooms in the apartment. Gaudi purposely built this room facing towards the courtyard, away from the noise of the street as not to disturb the children, and close to the maid's room. The first thing you notice as you walk into the apartment is the amount of natural light flooding into the room. This is unusual since the hallway is an interior room. However, Gaudi built the inner courtyard for two reasons. as a drop-off point and to let natural light flood into the apartments. The most important rooms are at the front of the house, overlooking Passage the Gracia Street. These rooms include the living and dining room, the office and the master bedroom. They have parquet flooring and have been decorated in a combination of imperial, Isabelline and modern Catalan style. The master bedroom is particularly special as it has a special ensuite which was a novelty at the time.
What we do here is go back.
I really enjoyed the apartment interior art and architecture. After visiting the apartment, I am going down to the ground floor. The staircase handles are designed in a unique style. La Pedrera translates to the quarry house. Casa Mila got this nickname because of the unusual construction. The large stone slabs of the facade were attached first and then worked on by the stonemasons. And the facade with its irregular shapes remains of a quarry. The most visible doors at Casa Mila are the access doors made of wrought iron and glass, inspired by nature. Gaudí created a set of irregular shapes establishing a network of small protected panes of glass at the bottom and a larger one allowing in more light at the top. They're both functional and visually attractive. It's nearly 8 o'clock now. My sightseeing for today has come to an end. Tomorrow I have a long journey. I must get up early in the morning for that. I slowly walk back to the hotel along the verge of Casa Mila. Hope you all liked today's video. And please do subscribe and share the video. I continue my journey in search of new wonders of sights.